I think this is. I've reviewed Abbey Road, Mr. George, Sergeant Pepper's, and the White Album, and Please Please Me, I reviewed just a month ago. And now I'm reviewing with the Beatles, so this is probably the most ongoing series. First part in this will be It Won't Be Long. I really do enjoy the openings of the first two Beatles albums. I think they're just up and pacing. And it's definitely a contrast to the second track, which is what we're going to get to now. All I've got to do. All I've got to do is a slower ballady track, still written on Lennon. And then it goes up a beat. This is pretty much a roller coaster of beats, up, down, and left and right. Another upbeat song is up next. Paul McCartney's first track, "All My Loving." This is always my favorite. And imagine this was the first song everyone in the U.S. heard by the Beatles because it was the first time they played on the show. So I mean, they want us to love this song, don't they? Yes. Although I do like the extra guitar chords on it. It's overall a really solid song. "Don't Bother Me" is George Harrison's first ever song credit for writing and his third ever song singing. And overall, I guess I'm a fan of it. It's not as good as what he would produce later in his career, obviously. It's his first song, and he never talks about it. Are you aware that George Harrison never talks about "Don't Bother Me"? That is upsetting. George Harrison, "Don't Bother Me" is really awesome. And at least it's one of a kind. Fifth track is "Little Child." It's many people's least favorite on this album. Personally, not my least favorite. That'd be the next track. We'll get to "Little Child." I mean, I kind of do get it. The chorus is repetitive. Overall, it's not the worst on this album. I mean, I'm definitely not saying it's the best because it's definitely not even close. But overall, it is actually a pretty decent song. The next song I'd like to take a look at is the sixth track and my personal favorite, "Till There Was You," the Beatles version. A cover song. First of the covers are finally here. Guys, by the way, make sure you check out my podcast at Leo Alexander Reviews on Spotify and Anchor. So, yeah. And I have a Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and a Snapchat, and a TikTok. TikTok and Facebook and Twitter, Leo Alexander. Snapchat is leo.alex223. And Instagram is the unknown user 5402. I post YouTube notifications and stuff. Other channels, Leo Alejandro. Make sure you subscribe to that, because for some reason it's not showing anything. And let's get back into it with "Please, Mr. Postman." This song used to be my favorite. It's now my second favorite to a later song on this album. But by God, I used to not like the song. I love it now, though. The hand claps are awesome. You can hear them, and they're actually real. The guitars are real. I like the shouting thing on it. They kind of did the same thing on "It Won't Be Long," so it's a nice callback to the beginning of side one, which is kind of cool because it's end side one. Side two opens up with a George Harrison cover of a popular Chuck Berry song, "Roll Over Beethoven." "Roll Over Beethoven" is a classic Chuck Berry song, although the Beatles don't really do the best version of it, personally, in my opinion. That's him, Ninth track is "Hold Me Tight." This was really low rated It used to be for me, but when I started listening to it, I couldn't get it out of my head, especially the chorus on it. Like, hold me tight, tell me blah, 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 blah. Alright, we're 10 tracks in with You Really Got a Hold on Me, which is another cover. Hooray, the cover. Ah, the covers. The covers are coming. The covers are coming. Ah! Okay. Anyways, You Really Got a Hold on Me is a really slow song. Originally performed by Smokey Robinson. It was. I like it though. It's a really slow song, but again, so was All I've Got to Do, and I really enjoyed that one. I mean, when the Beatles go slow, most of the time, it's good. Most of the times. Gah! And next track is I Wanna Be Your Man, and it's by far my second least favorite track. Second or third least favorite track. I have the I'm a fan of this album. I Wanna Be Your Man, Roll Over Beethoven, and Oh There Was You will probably be the bottom three. They're the only three songs I single out as my least favorites, and some of my least favorites in their discography. And songs that never come back. It's like repetitive, and Ringo's voice sounds a little off, so yeah. I like later Ringo's. The 12th track is Devil in Her Heart, and this is my favorite on this album. Just like I have a bottom three, I have a top three. All My Love Baby, Please Mr. Postman, and Devil in Her Heart. Devil in Her Heart is my favorite on this album because it shares two sides of a story. A girl that both George and John are saying positive and negative things about. And that's pretty cool also. I like the fact that maracas are used. The 13th track is Not a Second Time, and George Martin plays the piano on this song. And overall, the piano is one of my favorite parts, except for the chorus, where drums play slower. Although this song is never I really enjoy it when it's on. Although it's not the top or most of the top or most on this album, I would still rate it fairly high. The final track and closer is Money That's What I Want. That's right there on the cover. It is really intriguing why they did this. Money That's What I Want is a really upbeat rocking song. I like what the guitar yeah, beginning. I like when the chorus comes in. Like that chorus and repeat thing, like what they did in It Won't Be Long, which is another callback to the beginning of this album, which is another great callback because this is the end of the album. And overall, this song is really great and one of my favorites. Overall, With the Beatles was a pretty okay album, although I would rank it lower than Please Please Me on the Beatles scale as the worst Beatles album I've listened to so far. It's because the other ones below it I haven't reviewed yet. So see you guys next another album. The next Beatles album review will be hard. I give this album an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And I have the vinyl version of it, so here's the vinyl, and there's that. Peace out.